dead quick intro, guys. Apologies for the last video. I had to cut it short. It was getting far too long. It was getting up to an hour, and I you know, that's just not fun for anybody, really, is it? Nobody wants to stand and watch my fat ass plant plants for an hour. So yeah, in this video I finish off most of the jobs that I wanted to get done. There's a couple of extras, but mainly cucumbers, tomatoes, melons, and 3 different methods for staking, tying, supporting them. So don't forget, and I hate doing this at the start because it seems like I'm asking you to do something before you know why. But you know what I am. I'm a gardening channel. If you're a gardener, press that subscribe button. It's free. Without further ado, let's get on with gardening, and I'll see you in a sec. So, yeah, aubergines. They're a vine, much the same as tomatoes, not a bush. So they're going to need something to climb up. So all I'm going to do is pretty much using the same principle as anything else, really. 2, 3, 4, 6 arm lengths. Scientific, eh? We'll go with 6. Alright, I'm trying not to use canes in the polytunnel. Canes are the killer of cheap polytunnels. They puncture holes left, right and centre. So all I'm doing, bring you up a sec. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully run a string from the centre beam down the back of this beam and connect it to the beam down there. I did toy with the idea of doing a net like I have. Jute twine's great, but it loves to knot itself. With doing a net like I have in the greenhouse. But to cover this entire distance, I'd need a whole lot of twine. Let's try that again. There we go. So start at this one. It's going to be tricky because I've got the chicken wire here, which is what I fasten the melons to, which I'm also planning on planting some today to see how they do. And then, yeah, is that the right space? Let's come over a little bit. And then I'm going to go down the back of that one. In fact, and then I'm just going to bury it under the plant, actually. Yeah. Shall I? Yes, I'll bury it under the plant. So I'll put you down. I will. We'll get on with planting one of these out, and then I'll, as usual, I'll time lapse the rest of them. So yeah, we're going to bury the string underneath the aubergine, and that way hopefully the roots of the aubergine will grow in and amongst the string, anchoring it down for you. So bury the string, grab the aubergine. This is the Verserba 3. Grab the aubergine, keep the label out. I don't need that in anymore. Wire I'll leave on. Back and fill. From what I understand from the aubergines, they require much the same care as the tomatoes do. So obviously I'm going to give them something to climb up. In fact, I'll show you that before I move on. Give it a water here. I've invested in some of these, and I'll show you. Nobody sends me anything, I'd buy everything. Anyway, these little clips, and they clamp the string in the hinge, and then they clamp the plant. Take that wire off because it's in the way. Go. There we go. So yeah, I'll just give you a bit of a close-up of what's going on down here, and then I'll put you back in the tripod and we'll do the rest. So yeah, you can see I buried the string, then these clips, they grab onto the string and round the plant, so you'll be able to use them as you're going up. But yeah, I'll crack on with the rest. Right, so I've got the tomatoes in and the aubergines. So all I'm going to do down this front space here is I'm going to throw in some lettuce. So they need thinning. See, these lettuce got away from me a little bit. And we're just going to put some of this little gem lettuce in. Just so the space isn't wasted, basically. Yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. I'll see you when I'm done. Okay. So as if this bed wasn't utilised enough, one more thing. I'm going to throw in, and I do mean throw in, basil. So you may have seen on that time lapse there, I'm not sure if it will have picked up, I just drew a very sort of loose trench. Now even if you don't like eating basil, I do recommend this is something that you do. It'll help. It's a good companion plant for your tomatoes. And I'm just loosely sprinkling all the way down the front here. Just a standard green basil. Nothing fancy. Just a classic Italian basil. Just tease back some of this soil. And there we have it. Tomatoes done. Well, actually not done. Let me do a quick outro for you. Right, well, as much as I would like to say we're done, I just need to go around and give everything a top dressing, so I'll record an outro whilst I'm top dressing, or should I say an outro for today, because I'm still not done, but I'm out of time. As always, time is against me. So a slight top dressing of blood fish and bog. if you like what I'm doing, please do consider subscribing. It is free. There's a whole load of content, backdated content from the last year on my channel. So if I've not covered something yet this year and you're a bit eager, well, I might have done it last year. But tomatoes, lettuce, basil, I've got some more to throw in, but as always, I'm out of time. I've not got my greenhouse done, I've not got my grapevine pruned. So, it looks like this 2-day video is going to be a 3. So, all things being equal, I'll see you tomorrow. Now then, where are you? Oh, there you are. We're back. Promised you a 2-parter, didn't I? Well, I didn't originally, but it's turned into a 2-parter. I have done a few things off camera, but nothing too major. So we've got the rest of the polytunnel planted up. Where are we at? We've got the peppers done. The polytunnel's planted up, apart from that bed over there. That bed over there was going to be salad. I think it's now going to be my melon bed. Although I was planning on using the one that the onions are in. But I've got melon plants that are ready, that need planting out. And I'll get 3 in there quite comfortably. So I'm going to get the melon bed done. So it wasn't my intention, but that's the way things go sometimes. So I'm going to tidy down over there a little bit. We'll empty out the failed bottle carrot thing, and we'll get that bed. And I'll show you what I'm going to do, because you might be saying, well, that bed's not big enough for 2 or 3 melon plants, and you're right, it's not. But melons grow up, or they can. You'll see. In actual fact, if you watched the channel last year, you will have seen me do the same thing last year. I wanted to use the other bed because that's already plumbed in for more plants, but I could take the onions out early, I suppose, but I don't wanna. I can add more irrigation onto. I can add more irrigation onto that one, which is something I might do. But for now, we just need to get this grape stick out of the way. That's something that I cut last year and never took out the way. I don't know why. Oh. Now I could do the cargo netting like you've seen me done in the greenhouse, and we're going to actually get in the greenhouse and get that planted up today as well. But for now, growing carrots in bottles is a genuinely genius idea of Dean's from Dean's Lost the Plot. I failed the idea, not the idea failed me. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's get some trusty zip ties. That'll do. Right, this is always fun and games, because this stuff is a pain in the arse to work with, and I'm losing my britches, I'm sorry. But Alrighty then. So that's sort of the trellis for the melon to grow up. So I've only got 2 of them down here with me today. The other 2 are back home, but I'm only going to plant 3. And the beauty of having them come up on this is I mean, this is plenty strong enough. Yes, I need to put some fixings on the side there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. What you can do is just get a length of bamboo cane and just fix it to your bars, and that'll just hold it back. In fact, you know what, I'll show you. We've come this far together, so if we go about there, once again, trusty tie wraps, zip ties. This bit's just a bit fiddly, that's all. That's why I wasn't going to do it yet. I was putting it off, but hey ho. So, got the zip tie in, get the cane in. Do that in a couple of 3 places. In fact, because I don't need it over there, I'll take it this way instead. If it'll go now I've zip tied it in. Might have to snap that zip tie off. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. So then again onto this one. And then again onto this one. And that'll just stop it then from bowing down if the plants come up this high. All I'm going to have to do is just keep that trimmed back. Not a problem. The melons won't find this under their own. Oh, I need some zip ties on there. But the melons won't find this trellising on their own. They will need stringing into it. But all you need to do really is, once the melons have crept out a little bit, is literally, I mean, you'll see it, I'll do it in a video, but it's just tie it on, and that tied it up. Once it's tied on in 1 or 2 places, it'll find its way. And then, you know, the nets that you get, you see potatoes in, your onion sets, things like that. I didn't this year, they all came in paper bags. But those nets, you can then, if say a melon was growing here, you could you could tie a net on there and just hammock it like a bra. So I'm going to get these melons in, get them planted, and let them get away, because they need a good water. They've been a bit neglected, these 2, so they're a bit small. And I'm going to get round to fitting more water lines to this area as well. But this bed is sort of 75% compost. So I'm not going to give them any feed just yet. But they will require a liquid feed later in life. Okay. But there you go. Yes, you can plant and grow melons in a polytunnel or a greenhouse in the UK. And like I say, I'll get 3 in there, and I've still got all this space at the front of the bed here for anything else. In fact, no, I might put some bunching onions in this, but not right now. Need to get in the greenhouse and get the cucumbers done now. So I'll see you in the greenhouse. Okay, well I don't have as much compost as I thought I had, so I'm not going to get all my cucumbers done today, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I'll show you how I'm going to be planting them. Now, my greenhouse, the main problem I have is that there's a load of trees behind me. So I was watching Tony Smith, and what he does in his polytunnel is this: cut the bottom off a load of pots, fills the pots up with compost, although I suppose you could use soil. Fill the pots up with compost. I haven't even got enough to do one. Let me go get the rest of my compost. Another half bag, and then that's all I've got. I'll have to go get some more for the rest of them. But that's all he does. He fills the pot up with compost. God, this one's dry. I suppose it's been in the shed for ages. Yeah, just like that. Now the pot will secure itself, but what that enables the plants to do is it enables them, it enables them to get started. All they need to send down is their heavy duty taproots. That is it, guys. That's how I'm doing my cucumbers this year. And I'll continue this, 3 or 4 to a side, primarily when I've got more compost. I might be able to get another one done today. So I'll cut the bottom off another pot. The net has been finished, so I'll show you that. But let me go get another pot ready. So let's show you the full process from start to finish. So we'll go in front of that sprinkler. That there. Don't need to take much of this soil off. Just enough to sort of hold the pot. Obviously you could use deeper pots to give yourself. Oh, that doesn't want to be in here. That's a little leather jacket larvae. That can go to the chickens, they'll enjoy that. Just clear. Try and give it a flat bottom, but also just try and break up what's underneath. Just a little bit. Bloody tree roots are everywhere, man. So if you've got a deeper pot, bury it deeper. It doesn't hurt. That's better. Give it a waterer and grab a cucumber. But as this compost is that dry, and there we go. There we go, guys. It really is as simple as that. Makes watering easier because you've got a target for your watering. And then the net, I'm going to put some beam across the back of here to fix the net toe and to fix the irrigation pipe toe. But you can see that the netting is going to give it a nice structure to climb up. And because it's not a fixed structure, you know, I'm able to move it from the back, so I'm able to get in behind it if anything's growing through behind. So hey, that's how I'm going to do my cucumbers this year. Let me know what you think in the comments below. These are all sort of mini munch, sort of the small mini variety of cucumbers. All of them. And this way it looks like I'm actually going to have more space than I need, because I'm going to be able to get 4 quite comfortably down each side. And whilst my kids will eat a lot of these mini cucumbers, I don't think they'll eat 8 plants worth. So I might get some more tomatoes in. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's that simple. Gardening is only as hard as you make it. So in this video, what have we done? I think from the other day, and it is the other day, I didn't come down on the Sunday like I said I was gonna. Ended up doing something. I ended up going fishing, and then I've been in hospital all day today. So I've come down after the hospital. I need to get home, it's 7:30. But you've seen me do the tomatoes and how I'm doing those by stringing them. You've seen me do the melons and how I'm doing them with some old chicken wire, some leftover chicken wire. And then you saw me tie the cargo net in the other video. And you've seen how I'm doing my cucumbers this year. Hopefully, there's lots of food for thought for you in this video. And I'm hoping it gives you all some good ideas about how to upcycle or reuse or use cheaper alternatives to buying expensive netting or millions of bamboo canes. I mean, you know, if you had a standard size greenhouse, I've used 2 bamboo canes in there and 1 in the polytunnel. Everything else is string. You know, I think the grand total, if you were to toss it all together, I think it might have cost 12 quid and you'd still have bamboo canes and twine left over. You can't say fairer than that, can you? But wait, there's more. No. Anyway, I did have designs on doing a couple of other things today. However, for once, I'm not out of time. I actually forgot to bring down what I need. I've prepared the sunflower and dahlia bed. Well, the flower bed. I'm planting through weed membrane because the patch of land I'm using, the weed membrane, I'm hoping I'm only going to need to leave it down a year or 2. But the weed membrane is down. But then I forgot to bring the burner to melt the holes to plant the plants through and to cut it off and seat it all in nicely to help prevent growth from underneath the fence. So that is going to have to be a job for the weekend. So you're going to see me doing, finally, hopefully, getting round to doing the flower bed, the herb bed, and fingers crossed I can get those onions sorted. Because if I don't get them done next weekend, they're just going to be ruined. I think next weekend we're also going to have the draw for the Garantia, or I'll be announcing the winner of the Garantia. I'll use a comment picker. But I've got a lot on next weekend, so I apologise, I'm going to have to pre-record it. But I'll use a random comment picker and I'll record me doing the comment picker and I'll put it on the video for you to see. But, as luck would have it, I've got a bigger giveaway coming up. I don't know whether I'm going to do it next month because it's not really a summertime giveaway. We'll have to see. But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you share this video. Otherwise, you'll never know when I'm doing the giveaways. And whenever I collaborate with a company, one thing I ask them is, can I have something to give away? They don't always say yes, and chances are, if they don't say yes, I say, I'm sorry, can't work with you then. But, yes, we could do the squash while I'm here. No, we'll save the squash for the weekend. I'll put that back in the polytunnel. Although it does need hardening off. We'll risk leaving them outside. Where was I? Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you later.